So you want to get started with oil paints. Well, the first thing to consider are the supplies. If you're just starting out, what you'll need are good quality oil paint brushes, limited colors, medium, and paint thinner. So you're going to want to start with a limited color palette. I recommend using a small number of colors to start, more specifically just the 3 primary colors in titanium white. This will not only save you a lot of money, but starting off with this limited palette, it will set you up for success, and you'll comprehend colors and color theory a whole lot more. Not to mention, it could be easily stressful and expensive when you purchase a handful of various colored oil paints. And trust me, there are a large variety of oil paints out there, and it can be very overwhelming. So what I personally use is the Winsor & Newton brand, and they technically are student grade oil paints, but not only does it save me a lot of money to use their oil paints, but the quality honestly is fantastic in my opinion. I have had no problems with it, so I haven't really felt the need to quote unquote upgrade to a professional grade paint. So I highly recommend Winsor & Newton. Also, before you get started with oil paints, I also recommend just doing some research on the toxicity within certain oil painting mediums like paint thinner and certain oil painting brands. Winsor & Newton, they're pretty okay when it comes to toxicity, but definitely it does not hurt to do your research, especially if you have pets in the house or if you have small children. My number one rule, what I've been told, is honestly, as long as you have good ventilation in your studio, and of course you're using the medium with common sense, not trying to inhale it, not eating it, then you should be fine. But again, just there's nothing wrong with doing some research. So yeah, definitely invest in good quality art supplies and good quality brushes, paint, and canvases. It's going to make a big difference in the quality of your work. And what I mean by good quality is student grade, professional grade brushes that are suited well for the medium and don't look like they're on their last straw. You can get any of these paints, brushes, or medium from your local art store like Michael's, Blick, and I'm blanking on the other one, but once I think about it, I will link it in the description. Next, when you're just starting out, you're going to want to experiment with different techniques. Try different brush strokes, layering, and other techniques just to see what works best for you. Use a medium to thin the paint. You can use a medium to thin the paint and make it easier to work with. Work in layers. Building up layers of paint can create depth and texture to your work. Take your time. Oil paint takes longer to dry than other medium, so take your time and just don't rush the process. And don't forget, clean your brushes thoroughly. Clean brushes will help you achieve better results and extend the life of your brushes. And lastly, practice, practice, practice. Like any skill, oil painting takes practice to master. So, not saying that I've mastered it, by the way. I still have a long way to go. So just keep practicing and experimenting just to improve your skills.